I guess it kind of works out good for the fans that like collecting stuff.
For the artwork, you're involved with it. The last two CD had some sort of thing for the fans to dig into. Maybe you put some secrets or codes in it. Is that you that comes up with these ideas?
It's Hugh Syme, who I work with, but Hugh Syme, who's done the last 5 album covers, he's got a great mind. You know, if we give him an album title or song titles, he can interpret it so many different ways and comes up with these great ideas. And then he and I work together and have a great working relationship in kind of tweaking his ideas. But yeah, he's a great guy.
Can you describe maybe the artwork is there in this CD maybe or in this album something like it for fans to dig into?
Yeah, I mean the artwork on this album is kind of reminiscent to the way our old covers used to be, like Images and Words and Awake and A Change of Seasons, where you have different elements from the songs on the cover. But that wasn't intentional. It wasn't like we said, oh, we got to have an album cover like one of our old albums. This was just the way that Hugh Syme naturally went, and it was cool because it really felt like an old Dream Theater album. But yeah, there's all different elements from the songs, you know, from the inside of the booklet, all represented on the cover.
And the 3-disc special edition, is that, why did you, was that something you, does that have anything to do with the anniversary, or is that just
No, I think, you know, in this day and age, record companies are scrambling to think of new ways to market and release records to beat, you know, the downloading phenomenon. So I guess it kind of works out good for the fans that like collecting stuff, because a lot of record companies now are putting out these box sets and collector editions and DVDs. So it's actually a good situation if you're a collector. And you know, this album is going to come out a regular edition, then it's going to be out on vinyl, and then a 3-disc deluxe edition, and then there's going to be a box set with all this other stuff. So it's, you know, I basically had the ideas of doing, you know, a cover CD and putting out the album instrumentally, and then putting out a disc in the box set with the instrumental stems where you can hear each individual instrument. So I mean, I had these ideas of how we could release it, but you know, luckily we've got Roadrunner's support to agree and say, yeah, let's do it, let's make it happen. So it's kind of a win-win situation for everybody.
And the cover CD, is it already put out which covers will be on it, or is that?
No, we're keeping it a secret, and I think for 5 weeks leading up to the release, 1 per week will be available to download, and we're keeping it a secret, so each week it's kind of keeps the fans excited. Okay.
Now there's, yeah, just looking at the length of the songs, you're well known for lengthy songs, but there was one song which was less. Is that done consciously, maybe to put one thing out as more with a commercial way, you know?
I mean, we knew when we were writing this album, we had an album filled with epics. You know, there were 4 songs over the 10-minute mark. So I think we wanted to write, you know, 1 or 2 songs that were somewhat, you know, releasable as a single, and that's when we wrote a Rite of Passage and Wither. I mean, it was very obvious when we delivered this record which the 2 singles were. You know, you have 4 epics and then 2 songs that are under the 10-minute mark. So it was pretty self-explanatory. But with both of those songs, we had to consciously try to keep them short. We naturally write long songs. Like the 15-minute, 20-minute songs, that's never a contrived thing. That's the natural thing for us. It's always the shorter songs that are the contrived ones, because, you know, we have to really be conscious of not going overboard in order to write something that's 5 or even 8 minutes long.
What do you decide to make this short? It's more radio friendly as well. You think? Do you do that so that's purposely each one in a way?
Well, we never write for radio because we never get radio play. So no. You know, that's not really our intention. Even "Pull Me Under," which was our biggest radio hit ever, was an 8-minute song. So you know, it just kind of happened. But you know, we do want to write a couple of shorter songs each album if we can, but it's never trying to sell out or anything. You know, we kind of just do what we do, and hopefully have a balance of heavy songs, light songs, long songs, short songs. We always want to have a balance if possible.